So today I'm gonna walk you through how to stop your video games addiction. So first of all, I just wanna say why should you listen to me? And why you should listen to me is because I have been addicted for many years, around 5 years. I have had an addiction for video games for 5 years. And I'm finally released from my addiction for almost 2 years now it has been. And honestly, I cannot tell you how amazing it feels. I feel like I finally use my time productive, and I wanted to be able to feel the same feeling. So I'm gonna walk you through some steps, and what we're gonna walk through is the reason why you have an addiction, how to get rid of your addiction, and what things should you do instead. So yes, so to the first thing, the reason why you have an addiction, honestly, the reason behind every addiction is because that you want to satisfy your hunger for something. So let me explain what I mean by this. Your hunger could, for example, be feeling relieved or having fun. There's a lot of others. Let's for example take an example with a smoker, like somebody who smokes, right? They have an addiction to it, but it's not really the cigarettes that they are addicted to. It is the effects of the cigarettes that they're addicted to. So it's not really just smoking the cigarette, it is the effects that this cigarette gives. So what effects does cigarette gives? Yes, it gives the feeling of being lightheaded. You feel have an impact on your nervous system. You get more relaxed. You're more, you don't really care. You're just nice, and it releases stress. So that is why. So the source is actually not really because you have a hard time quitting smoking. The problem is actually that you're feeling stressed and you want to relieve the stress, if that makes sense. So right now you have an addiction because you want to satisfy your hunger, but right now you're doing it with the wrong thing. Example in video gaming, for example, could be, as I said, feeling relieved. Like whenever I turned on my computer, it was for feeling, oh, now I can relax. Now I know I'm gonna have fun, and I'm just gonna sit and nothing can happen because it's my comfort zone and all this. So maybe that could be the reason why you have an addiction. Let me just take a break. Let me get some protein. Thank you. So the next step that I want to walk you through is how to get rid of your addiction. So that's a big question, right? How do we actually get rid of this addiction? And I just told you that the problem is this feeling of wanting to satisfy something, right? So the thing that we gotta do to get rid of your addiction is that we gotta remove the trigger or change your environment. So for example, with gaming, for me, I played on a keyboard, but it was on PlayStation, so I just plugged it in, right? You know how it works. You're probably way more intelligent with that than me. So what I just did is that I just thought, what if every single time I had played, I just removed it out of the PlayStation and hid it in the closet? Because then every single time I wanted to game, I couldn't just press the button and now it's just ready. I had to take my controller out, I had to take my mouse, keyboard out, I had to plug it in, I had to do it ready, I had to take my headset from the closet, and it was just it was boring and it would take too much time. So actually I began to kind of just forget about it. I didn't really want to. Second is that you probably gotta change your environment. And what I mean by environment could be your social environment, and it could also just be the environment, your room. I guess that you play in your room. So what that means is that you can maybe try to redecorate your room, so your computer stands in a different way or different place, because then suddenly it's not where it used to be. So now your brain will actually not even really reconsider doing it. It's kind of fun how it works like that. And the problem is, if you have some friends who keeps asking, do you want to play? Then of course you're gonna get the cue to always play. Like you're gonna be thinking about playing all the time, even though if you don't want to, you're just feeling like you need to or have to. So remove the trigger or change your environment to fix it. So what things should you do instead? So of course it will be a great thing if you place it out with good habits, such as going to the gym, because we want to build more muscle, right? Look at this shit, bro. How could you not be happy when you look at yourself in the mirror and you just got a 10 out of 10 physique, right? Like, and then it could be hanging out with your friends. But the thing is that you gotta do, like you have to do good activities. So what I mean by this is that instead of going out and drinking and smoking, then you play, for example, paddle tennis instead. It's way more fun because you're getting more engaged with each other and it's more healthy. Sure, it will cost some money, but honestly, it's worth it. And it will kind of give you a high status because now you're the guy who goes out with his friends. And I'm just gonna tell you, girls like that. So if you want girls, then it's a good tip to do. So that's just an example that you can do instead. But you want to replace the thing. It could be a sport. You could go to a sport. I play table tennis, so that actually helped me a lot. I didn't really play that seriously when I gamed because that was my priority. Now I kind of switched it over to like my sport. Now it's my sport that I'm thinking about 24/7. So whenever I have free time, it's actually my sport that I want to do instead of just gaming. So remove the trigger. Let's say that, for example, you have the game on your telephone. Maybe you're addicted to something on your telephone, right? Like it could be TikTok, Clash Royale. I really have had a big addiction to Clash Royale. But yeah, how do you fix this then? It's kind of simple. I don't really want to be rude, but like if you really use the brain, you would know that you just gotta delete the fucking app. But the problem is that you will cope and you will say, oh, but I need the app. But for what? But for what, bro? You're not making any content on TikTok. You're not making good educational content for your future business. You're not doing that. Clash Royale, what the fuck can you do there, bro? Like, just delete the shit. That is literally how you do it. You just relocate your home screen or you delete the app. And you're probably gonna do the relocating thing because you're a pussy and you don't want to do the other thing. I'm just saying that's the pussy way to do it because most of the time it doesn't even work. And then you can kind of do other things, like you can do something with your phone where you like can turn it completely off. So like normally when you take your phone and you put it up to your face, right, it will light up. You can turn it off so like it won't do anything. If you even touch the screen or have it in front of your face, it won't do anything. You have to push like the turn on button for it to light up. I have that on and it's really helpful because usually I kind of wanted to use my phone whenever it just lightened up. Like I could just take it and it will light up and then I will be curious. So maybe that could be a trigger. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope that will help you cure your addiction for a video game. It helped me, so I hope it will do the same for you. Have a wonderful day.